This is my review for the 2019 movie Glass. Now, Glass is the sequel to M. Night Shyamalan's previous films, Unbreakable and Split. Uh, this concludes his little trilogy. They're calling it like the East Rail 177 trilogy. I think it's 177. I'm not sure if it might be 117, but I'm pretty sure it's 177. Anyway, now I did see Split in theaters. I was looking forward to it because it seemed like M. Night Shyamalan was making a comeback, and Split looked really good. So I saw Split. I liked it a lot. It ended up being my favorite movie of the year, 2017, and I watched Split without actually previously seeing Unbreakable. So the twist at the end of Split didn't do much for me. I understood what they were doing because even though I hadn't seen Unbreakable, I knew about Unbreakable. You know, the basics of the story. You know, who Bruce Willis was, who Samuel L. Jackson was. That sort of stuff. But before watching Glass, I did want to go back and watch Unbreakable just so I was playing with a full deck, so to speak, and knew everything that was going on with Glass. I'm not gonna talk about Unbreakable too much. I just wanted to set this up a little bit for my review for Glass. So this is gonna be a spoiler-free review for Glass. Obviously, with Shyamalan, you can expect stuff. You know, that doesn't always mean that it's gonna be there. I feel like saying whether or not a movie has a twist is a spoiler itself, so I'm not going to say whether or not this movie has a twist or not. But you are going to be thinking that. You are going to be thinking maybe this does have a twist. I'm not going to say either way, but it's Shyamalan. Most of his movies have had some sort of twist ending. They've been different twist endings, but there have been some form. So I'm not gonna talk about any potential twist or anything like that. But what I'll say about the movie is that I really liked the movie. You know, I liked it a lot. I thought it was very well done. The acting was pretty good. James McAvoy, in my opinion, is the star of the movie. I think he steals the show just like he did in Split. Even though this movie's really supposed to be Bruce Willis's movie, he kind of feels overshadowed by Sam Jackson and Sam Jackson and James McAvoy, which kind of makes me wonder how much does Bruce Willis care about this, because we've seen in the past when he doesn't really care about what he's doing in a movie, it shows with his bad acting. You know, some of the Die Hard sequels, some of the direct to Redbox crap he's done. So maybe he's cared more, but he did seem to be doing a pretty good job. It's just odd that it doesn't really feel like the focus is on him so much as it is James McAvoy's character. And Sam Jackson definitely kind of takes a back seat in this movie a little bit. He's not present too much for some parts of the movie, without saying anything. Obviously, I don't know what is considered a spoiler and what isn't, because I haven't seen any trailers for this movie, so I don't know what parts of this movie is just common public knowledge and what isn't. So I'm not gonna. But the stuff that I really liked in the movie is I liked what they did with the trio of the supporting characters, so to speak. You know, you had Casey Cook from Split, Bruce Willis's son Joseph Dunn, and Sam Jackson's mother. They had their own little story arcs there. I thought that was interesting. I liked the stuff that they brought to the movie. It made me a little more interested and invested in this story, because unbreakable characters don't mean to me as much as they do as they don't mean to me they don't mean as much to me as the Split characters do, because I'm much more fond of Split than I am Unbreakable. So that Unbreakable side of things doesn't grasp me as much, and I think the supporting characters brought back from Unbreakable help in this aspect, because I'm more interested in them and that side of things. Yeah, it's kind of weird way to. So yeah, I'm just trying to think of what can I say here exactly. Besides, I really did like the movie a lot. I still, of the three that I've seen, I would say that Split is still my favorite. Maybe Unbreakable is my least favorite, but, I did like Unbreakable. It's just maybe that time that has gone by. Maybe if I'd seen Unbreakable in theaters, I would have been like, 6. I don't think I was seeing movies like Unbreakable in the theaters at 6 years old, so. But yeah, I think Shyamalan's had a very up and down career. Well, maybe just up and then down and then down and then maybe back up, because it is seeming more up and down though now, because he started off strong. I think Signs is a great movie. I did like The Village. I know a lot of people do not like The Village at all, but I didn't mind it. And then Happening, After Earth, Last Airbender, that was just like a terrible time for him, really. Those movies were awful. And then The Visit came out, and it was good. And then Split came out, and that was even better. So it's kind of like he was on an upswing. But Glass isn't as good as Split, so it's, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have tried to follow up Glass. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have tried to follow Split with a sequel. Maybe he should have tried something else. But it's almost like you don't really need to watch these movies. There is some sense of this movie standing alone by itself. Like I think you could get away without seeing Glass and Split. I think you could get away without seeing Split and Unbreakable before you see Glass, because I'm thinking about this as someone who only just saw Unbreakable, and I gotta think, what would I have really missed if I didn't see Unbreakable the day before? And I'm not thinking it's much, really. But maybe one or two small things that added an extra bit of perspective into the movie. But yeah, I doubt he's gonna make any type of sequel or follow-up to this movie. I think he's probably said as much. We'll see what his next movie's like, because I don't think he ever intended to make a sequel to Unbreakable, but then he did Split. He might fall back to this crutch when he starts making some other bad movies. It's possible. That's maybe what happened with Split. That might be what pushed him to make Split, because the ending of Split so much draws back to Unbreakable, it could almost change your opinion on the movie in general. But if he did make a sequel to Glass, I would be very excited to see this, and I would be looking forward to it. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it really needs to happen. But I think that's all I got to say about Glass. And I will see you guys next time.